Have you ever had one of those moments where you get so frustrated with the way things are going that you decide you're going to do the complete opposite? Not improve, not adjust, not study harder. I mean, completely flip the table over and try something ridiculous. Because that's exactly where my head was at walking into the Sunday Funday 3K added game. And if you watched yesterday's scoop, you know why. Lovely day, poker enthusiast. The day before, I lost with aces. I got it in that hand against Eileen. The 4 clubs, 2 of clubs jam that happened. I spent the whole episode wondering if maybe I was forcing things. Maybe I was overthinking. Maybe I was trying too hard. Maybe poker had finally broken my brain. And somewhere between Saturday night and Sunday morning, a terrible idea was born. I walked in the sales room and announced to everybody, today I'm playing 100% VPIP. Every hand. No folding. If I get cards, I'm playing. I don't care what they are. I don't care who raised. I don't care what's happening. I'm in. And the room immediately starts laughing. Because everybody knows me. Everybody. They know I'm the guy talking about ranges, talking about discipline, talking about mistakes, talking about leaks. And now I'm standing there basically announcing, today I'm becoming a degenerate. You didn't announce a strategy. You announced the mental health crisis. The funny thing is, I was serious. I genuinely thought I could do it. I thought I'd spend the day splashing around, having fun, playing every hand, seeing what happened. Almost like a reset button. Like maybe if I stopped trying so hard, something magical would happen. And for a while, it was glorious. Garbage hands, marginal hands, hands that should have been folded before they even arrived at the table. Didn't matter. I was in. The experiment was alive. The room was watching. People were laughing. And every orbit became funnier than the one before. Because now everybody wanted to see how long I could keep this up. The whole room turned into a nature documentary. And here we see Phil in his natural habitat. Absolutely losing his mind. Exactly. And that's when something interesting happened. The room started rooting for the experiment. Not me. The experiment. People wanted to see if I'd stay committed. People wanted to see if I'd actually do it. Because everybody knows there's a difference between saying something and living it. Then the hand happened. And honestly, this is where the story changes. Because the hand itself isn't special, the timing is. Kevin Melvin is short stacked. He jams. Nothing unusual there. Fifield calls. Still nothing unusual. Action comes around to me, and I peel my cards. Ace King of Hearts. Now remember, I'm supposed to be playing every hand. That's the mission. That's the experiment. That's the joke. So I actually say it. I look across the table and tell Kevin, I'm 100% VPIP. You know I have to call you. The whole room hears it. Everybody knows the bit. Everybody knows the challenge. Everybody knows what's happening. But then something happened. Dave called. And suddenly my poker brain woke up. Not the VPIP brain. Not the experiment brain. The poker brain. The thousands of tournaments. Years of experience. The instincts. The habits. The repetitions. And before I could even stop myself, I grabbed my stack and boom! All in, right over the top. No hesitation. No drama. No experiment. Just poker. That was the moment, boy. That was the exact moment that real Phil kicked the door open. VPIP Phil died right there, man. And the funny thing, the room knew it too. Because as soon as the chips hit the middle, everybody started reacting. Everybody started laughing. Everybody started talking. Because they had just watched the experiment collide head on with reality. See, I thought the challenge was going to be playing every hand. Turns out the challenge was something completely different. The challenge was trying to ignore 20 years of poker instincts. And that's a lot harder than I thought. The hand plays out, ace king holds, the chips come my way. But honestly, the hand isn't what I remember the most. What I remember most happened immediately after. Jamie Baker looks across from the other table, sees everything that just happened, shakes his head, and he says, "Phil, you're not a good bad player." And the entire room starts laughing because everybody instantly understood what he meant. "Oh, that's not an insult. That's a medical diagnosis." Then Jamie follows it up. He says, "It takes a lot of money to be a bad player." And that's when it clicked. He was right. A truly bad player doesn't know they're making mistakes. A truly bad player isn't fighting instincts. A truly bad player just does it. But when you've spent years learning poker, years studying, years making mistakes, years fixing mistakes, trying to play bad actually becomes difficult because every good habit you've built starts fighting back. And that's when I realized this story wasn't about poker. Not really. It's about what happens after a bad day. Because that's what Sunday actually was. A reaction to Saturday. Saturday hurt. Saturday frustrated me. Saturday made me question things. And for one brief moment, I thought maybe I needed to become somebody completely different. A different player. A different style. A different approach. But the funny thing about experience is eventually it becomes automatic. You don't have to think about it anymore. It just shows up. Even when you're actively trying to ignore it. Even when you're rebelling against it. Even when you're trying to become somebody else. So after all that, after the announcements, after the VPIP, after the science project, after the public meltdown, what did we learn? We learned that apparently I'm not a good bad player. Case closed, boy. Put it on the wall. As for the tournament itself, 39 players entered. 15 rebuys were made. The prize pool reached just over 6K. When we got down to 5 players, the chop was agreed to. Myself, Phoenix, Adam, Matthew, and Liam all walking away with a big smile. Online action was quiet. The Micro Millions had 21 players and 8 rebuys. Button scooped the win. The 850 Step 3 Sunday Showdown had 12 players and 7 rebuys. 2 Pocket Kings just owned the entire tournament. Paula McAllister secures her 850 seat for August the 8th. And Phil's Deep Stack Thrills drew 44 entries with Eager Beaver taking down 4330 for the win. Tonight, live at Sal's Room at 7:30 p.m. It's our 550 Big Game Satellite. 65 buy-in with 50 rebuys and a $20 add-on. One 550 seat is guaranteed. Online at 5:30 p.m. is the Step 1s. 6 p.m. is the new daily free buy Bankroll Builder. 7 p.m. is the 4 cards Bad Decisions PLO game. 8 p.m. the 550 and 850 Step 2s. 9 p.m. Phil's Deep Stack Thrills. 10 p.m. Stu's 10 Jack Jam. And 11 p.m. the Last Dash for Cash. And after everything that happened this weekend, maybe that's the biggest lesson. Sometimes after a bad day, you don't need to become somebody different. Sometimes you just need to trust the habits you've already built. Thanks for watching. See you on the felt and run good, you legend.